Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave, and today we're doing a playthrough of The Road Chosen, artwork and game design by Matt White. So this is a print and play game, and I'm going to use my camera on a short stand, so I'll be moving it by hand. So this way you can see a little closer to what's going on. A couple things I think we should go over a little bit just to kind of give you a feel for the game if you're not familiar with it. This game is infantry and armor. So we have, this is a US infantry counter, and the first number for them is their number of dice they get to roll for attack against infantry, and then the second number is against the armor. So in this case, this infantry unit has a 3 against infantry and 1 die against armor. You always have to roll a 6 to get a hit. This bottom right hand number, this is a 6. That's his save ability number. So if he gets hit, we roll this to see if he rolls a 6, then he's safe, nothing happens. Otherwise, then we go to our wounded results to find out what happens to the unit. We also have armor. So this is a Sherman. And same thing, the 4, he gets 4 dice against infantry, 3 against armor. And he has a save ability number of 5. And I also have another Sherman. This is the Sherman with the 76 gun. You can see here it's a 3 against the infantry, 4 against the armor, and it has a penetration factor. So when we go to hit an armor unit, that penetration comes off of his save ability number. And again, we're still a 5 here. So that's the kinds of counters that we're going to be using. Then we have things like control that show which zone I'm in control of. In this game, we have a special rule up here in 14. We'll have other things that we'll use during the game, such as whether the player attacks first, we can mark who gets to attack first, or is it the enemy? That way we keep track of what's happening during our combats. We have things like recon that we'll be using. So there again, so we can recon some of these areas before we move into them and see what's happening with those. So this is the map. I'll kind of pull back out. It's not real wide this way or long, but it is real long this way. But for this game, we're only using zones 1 through 16, and the zone numbers are here in the top left corner of each hex. And then these numbers on the right are the limits for each zone. So the square number is your armor limit, and the circled number is your infantry limit. So in this case, in zone 15, you're allowed 1 armor unit and 2 infantry units. And that's all that I can have in there. Down in zone 16, there's 2 armor units and 3 infantry. And then the different colors are the zone modifiers to the die rolls. So the yellow is a +2, or I'm sorry, is a +1 modifier. The gray is normal, so there's no effect to the terrain. And the red is a +2. So you get in there, you get a lot better chance of surviving if you're attacked in there, because that's heavy woods all the way through there. This one has partial woods, so that's why it's in the yellow color. And a lot of open terrain coming across the fields here. So this is map number 1, and so I've cut this out, taped it together. I use, if anybody's interested, I use double-sided sticky tape. So where my seams are, they line up perfectly the way Matt's designed these, and when you cut them, then you just overlap them, and then you can lay your tape. I lay my tape down in 2 sections on there, and then when I get it lined up, I just press it down. It seals it up really nice. Another thing I got off of Board Game Geek was a turn track and command point track sheet. And with it, it comes with the weather table and a game turn sequence and all your actions and what they cost for command points, your cover modifiers, your infantry wounded results, and your armor damage. So it's really nice. You get a lot of detail on that one sheet, and I don't have to keep flipping to the rules all the time. So I like that pretty much. So I think we're ready to get started here. So the first thing we do is we go to turn 1, and then we need to roll a die. So we're going to roll one 6-sided die, and it is a 2, and that is good weather. Okay. Next step is determine command points. So command points are what we use to be able to move our units or do other actions in combat. These are a use it or lose it for each turn. So however many I get, that's all I get, and they do not carry over to the next turn. Okay. So the way we do this is we roll 2 dice for command points, and we add 4 to it. So we got 9, and 4 makes 13. So we now have 13 command points to spend. Okay, we look for out of supply, which we don't have any yet. Out of supply would these units starting in zone 10 would be out of supply if there were German units in both of these zones right here, because they would block them from the starting zones back here. So these guys are not out of supply because there's nothing blocking them. But if Germans pop up in there, that can cut them off in their supply. So you gotta make sure your supply lines stay even. This is scenario number 2. And scenario number 2, let me get my book real quick. I guess I probably should have started with that. But I'm flipping here. It's called Capture the Farm. And the German forces are occupying a nearby farm, and your objective is to reach the farm, which is up here. This is the farm. So our objective is to reach the farm and remove the enemies. We don't know who's in there yet, but that's where we have to get to. Okay. In this scenario, Matt gives us the scenario setup, what we place our forces at, who the enemy is, which is German, our command points, what we do for that, and then any special rules. So this only uses 1 through 16. We don't roll for player-controlled zone events in 1, 2, or 3. You'll see how that works as we get to it. We place the special rule counter in zone 14, and when the player enters this zone, we place barbed wire counter in the zone. Then we re-roll any barbed wire result on the zone combat event table. Okay. In zone 14, there are enemy forces present. We don't have to roll to see if there's any. We know they're there. We just have to roll to see what they're going to be. For any combat where the player is the victor, we gain a command point. And of course, for any combat where the enemy, we lose a command point from our total. Our victory conditions end at the end of any turn when I have a control counter in zone 14. That ends the game. And zone 14 has to be in supply. So I can't get there without keeping it in supply. We have 10 turns to do this. And we do get 1 infantry counter that we can put in zones 1, 2, 3, or 10 each turn. Or we can spend 2 command points and buy a Sherman tank. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward what we're trying to do. So I say, let's keep moving here. We got, we don't have anybody out of supply. We don't have to do any rally yet. We don't get reinforcements on turn 1. That would be silly, I think. Player controlled zone defense. For the first zone, there's nothing to do yet. Okay, we can do recon. So every recon that I spend costs me 1 command point. So I am going to spend 3, and I'm going to recon these 3 zones right here. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So it costs me 3 command points. 1, 2, 3. I'm down to 10 now. Okay, so by doing that, we're going to find out if there's any enemy forces in these zones. So we get to find out ahead of time instead of moving in and then finding out if there's any in there. So the way we do this is, flipping to it, we have the zone enemies present table. Okay, so this is where the player rolls for every zone that they've moved infantry and or armor counters into. So in this case, we're going to roll and see if there's any enemies present in each of these zones. Okay, so we roll 2d6. We take 2d6 and we're going to roll, and we get a 9, and a 9 is enemies present. Okay, so now we have to find out who's going to be in there. So we go to our German enemy forces table. Okay, so we're going to roll here on the enemy forces table. So we got to roll 2d6, first for the infantry and then for the armor, to see what's in this hex. Okay, so we roll 2d6, and I'm going to use this red and white die because I'm going to need them on the next roll for the armor. So this one, we just add them together, and it is 6. And a 6 on this table is 1 infantry plus 1 MG42. So we take a German infantry unit and a German machine gun unit, and we place them in this hex right here. And again, we have to pay attention. There's only 1 armor and 2 infantry allowed, so we can only have that in there. And now we have to go to the German armor, and now we roll. My red die will be the 10 digit, so this is a 11. There is 1 martyr. Okay, so I gotta find my martyr counter real quick. There he is. Okay, so the Germans have a martyr in this zone also. All right, now we roll for the next recon and see if anybody's there. So again, looking at the zone enemies present, a 2 to 6 on a 2d6, no enemies present. So here we go, 2 to 6. What I need, I got a 7. So we have enemies present again. So we go through this whole thing again. Now with the German enemy forces, so we're going to roll for the infantry, and it is a 6. And a 6 is 1 infantry and 1 MG42. So far, I'm running into some bad stuff. And now we got to roll for the armor. And the red die, oh, sorry. Okay, the red die is the 10 digit. And this one is a 65. And a 65 is 2 tigers, but they can only have 1 tiger in there. So he gets 1 tiger now. This is the tiger. It's a deadly tank. So now I got to deal with the tiger in that unit, in that area. Okay, now we're going to roll for this area. 2 to 6 is no enemies, and of course we get a 10. So we're rolling on the German infantry table again. So this is not starting off well. I was hoping not to run into these guys. We got another 11, or 2, I should say, for the infantry. So they get 1 infantry unit. So he has 1 infantry unit here. And now we roll for his armor, and it is 51. And let's see what we get here. A 51 are 2 Panzer IIIs and 1 Hetzer, but he can only have 1 armor unit. So he gets 1 Panzer III. There we go. So 1 Panzer III. Okay. So now we know what's there. So we've done our recon. So now it's up to us to move. Okay. So here's where I have to decide what to do here. I got a daggone tiger sitting in here, which does not thrill me a whole lot. These guys, I think, I should be able to handle these guys. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Again, I can only move 2 infantry units in there and 1 armor. So this group is going to move. They're going to move into here against the infantry. And I'm going to send one of my Shermans in there. Okay. That leaves me these 2 guys still back here. Here with the tiger, I really want to get rid of that, knock that tiger out. And this may be deadly, but I'm going to try it. We're going to send in the Sherman 76 and 2 infantry units here against him. And then up here where he's got the Martyr, I'm going to send in, again, 2 infantry units against him up here, and a Sherman. Now, all this cost me points. So here's how this works on my command points. Each one of these armor units, when you move them, you can move both of them into the same zone and it only costs you 1. But if you move 1, it still costs you 1. So it's not 1 per, but it's 1 for as many of those units that you move. Same thing here where I move my infantry though, that costs me 1. So that's 1, and these 2, that makes 2. So same thing, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I went from 10 down to 4. So now I have 4 command points is all I have left. And so I may have just overextended myself moving in here because I would well, I have to decide if I want to do combined arms. If I do a coordinated attack, costs me 2, and it means I get to attack first. So the question is, do I want to do combined attacks here? I have 4 points. I could do 2 of them and have a combined attack. I definitely want to do a combined attack here. So I'm going to put my player attacks first on this zone. And that cost me 2 points. Now, I have a choice. I can call artillery strikes. I can call air strikes against armor and artillery strikes against the infantry units. Or I can, what do I do, right? Man, this game's tough. See, you gotta make these decisions. I feel like, man, I got over aggressive, and this is the pain of videoing a battle, because you don't think about things all the time, all the way through. But I did it, and that's what we're going to live with. Now the question is, do I want an airstrike, or do I want I'll tell you what I want. I already did player attacks first here, and I want to spend 1 point on an airstrike here, and 1 point on an artillery strike up here on these infantry guys. That's all my command points. So I spent them all. That's where we're at. So now we go into combat. Okay, so the combat works pretty easy in this game. So the first one we do is, so in this case, the enemy attacks first in this one, and the enemy attacks first in this one. Okay, so because I did not spin the combined arms attack like I did here, but I did this one first. So I'm going to play mine first, and I'm going to roll right here. So what I got is, you don't get to roll. I can split these up any way I want, but I'm going to have one infantry attack this one and one infantry attack this one. And so we're going to do those first. So first one will be this infantry against this infantry. I get 3 dice. We're going to roll 3 dice, and I'm looking for a 6. I only need 1. I got 5, 1, 1. So nothing happened. This infantry attacks the machine gun. Same thing, 3 dice. I need a 6. Oh, it knocked it. I almost had it. So nothing. Now my Sherman. Oh, you know what? I should have done my airstrike first, just like I would have done my artillery strike first. So I got an airstrike. I'm just double checking right here. You would resolve your artillery and resolve your airstrike. So I get, for each counter, I get 1 die, and I need a 6. So I need a 6 for this airstrike to hit that Tiger, and I did not get it. Okay, so I have my 76 Sherman. He gets 4 dice. So he gets 4 dice right here, firing on the Tiger. Again, I need a 6. And I got nothing. Okay, so no damage to the Tiger. I did my airstrike, so it's out of there. All right. So that didn't help me any. Now, the Germans fight back. Okay, so here we go. He's got 3 attacking this one, so he gets 3 dice. And he needs a 6. 5, 3, 6. Okay, so he hits them. So now I roll a 6. I need to roll a 6. If I roll a 6, he survives the attack. Oh, 5. He does not. Now I roll for wounded infantry results. A 1 or 2, I'm pushed back. A 3 to 6, that unit's destroyed. And I got a 4. So he destroyed that unit, and they come off the board. Okay, so I just lost a unit. Now his machine gun is attacking my other infantry unit. He gets 5 dice. That's the MG42. He gets 5 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's looking for a 6. And he got 2, but it only counts for 1. Okay. It's the same thing. We need to roll a 6. If we roll a 6, we dodge this thing. Nope. Now we roll 1 to 2. He pushes us back. 4. Eliminate him. So this went badly, very badly, right there. Okay, so all I got left is my armor here now, and they can attack the armor unit on the next round. And so we continue to play this round of combat back and forth till somebody wins over here. Okay, so I'm still attacking first. So my Sherman gets to go. He gets 4 dice. And we're looking for a... Oh, no, the Tiger's got to go. He gets 6 dice. We only have 5. So I'm going to roll the 5. And if I don't get a 6, then I'll roll one more time with 1 die. Oh, there's the 6 from the Tiger. So the Tiger hits him. Okay. Now, my survivability or savability is a 5 on the Sherman. He has a penetration of 3. So I don't think I can save him because 5, and he adds that penetration to his die roll. A 6. We add the penetration to the modifier, so I guess it's however you want to say it. I'm thinking of it the right way. I keep thinking of the way that he wrote it. You subtract 3 from the die roll, and that makes that a 3, and I needed a 5 or higher to hit. So as you can see, I couldn't survive. So now I do armor damage. I need a 1, it only pushes me back, but a 2 to 6, he destroys my Sherman. And, oh, I got a 1. So he's pushed back, and he flips upside down, which means he has to be rallied. And I can take that attacks first off because he just knocked me right out of that zone. Okay, now I can do either of the next 2 combats. So I now have this one up here. So he attacks first. So we have an infantry attacking an infantry. So he gets 3 dice. 3 dice. And he's looking for 6s. And he gets 5, 5, 3, nothing. Now he's got an MG42. He gets 5 dice, and he's attacking this infantry unit. He needs a 6. 5, 3, 5, 5, 4. So nothing. So they didn't get me. Now he has a martyr. He gets 4 dice, attacking my Sherman. 2, 3, 4. And again, looking for a 6. And he got it. So the martyr hits my Sherman. So he has a penetration number of 1. So I need a 5, and we roll and we subtract 1 from the die. And it is a 2. So I did not survive or save him. So now we do our armor damage. And a 1's a pushback, 2 destroyed him. So that Sherman got destroyed. All right. And now it's my turn. So the first thing I have is an artillery strike. Now the artillery strike attacks each one of these. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. The first one's for the first infantry. I need a 6. Oh, 5. No, this is against the machine gun. Well, I always do that. All right, this is for the artillery against the machine gun. 2. Nothing. So the artillery didn't do anything. All right. So now, here we go. I've got infantry versus infantry. 3 dice looking for a 6. Hey, I got one this time. Okay. His save ability is a 6. And he got a 6. Oh, I didn't get him. Oh my gosh. Why do I have such horrible dice rolls when I'm playing again on the camera? Okay, this infantry's attacking the machine gun. I need a 6. 3 dice. Hey, I got one. Okay, here we go. He needs a 6 to save his unit. Not this time. Now, a 1-2 pushes him back, and a 3 to 6 destroys it. And we got a 3. All right. So I eliminated the MG42. So I got rid of that. All right. Now the battle continues. So now we have 1 infantry unit fighting 1 infantry unit. He gets 3 dice. He needs a 6. 5, 4, 6. So he hits him. I need a 6 to survive. 2. Didn't get it. Now I need a 1-2 pushback. 5. He eliminated the infantry unit. All right. His martyr attacks my other infantry unit. He gets 2 dice. He has to have a 6. Nope. All right. So my infantry unit attacks his infantry unit. I get 3 dice. And I got a 6. So I hit him. He needs a 6 to save it. Oh, he did it again. Oh, man. This kills me. All right. So here we are, going through the round again. He fires at me with the infantry first. 5, 4, 1. Nothing. He gets 2 dice with the martyr. He needs a 6. 2 and a 3. Nothing. I get 3 dice with mine. I need a 6. Got it. So I hit him. Here we go. He needs a 6 to save. Nope, not this time. 1 or 2, he's pushed back. 2. So we pushed him back. Now he doesn't flip over. They don't have to rally, but I pushed him back. Okay, we do another round. Now we have the martyr attacking my infantry unit. So he's looking for a 6. He did not get it. I only get 1 die against the armor unit. I got it. It's a 6. Okay, he needs a 1. He gets, let's see, his survivability is a 6. 5. He did not. Save ability, I should say. Okay, so now a 1 pushes him back. 4. I destroyed the martyr. So he's out. Okay, so I got rid of the martyr. And that takes that counter off of there. All right. So here we go. We got 1 more to do down here. 1 more battle zone to do. He has 1 infantry unit attacking my infantry unit. He gets 3 dice. Of course, looking for a 6. No. And he has his armor unit, which is a Panzer III. It's a 3 for his armor attack against my Sherman. Again, looking for a 6. Ooh, he got it. A 6. My save ability is a 5, and he has no penetration modifier. So I need a 5 or 6. 1, of course, I didn't get it. Now I need a 1. Push me back. 6. He destroyed the Sherman. Dang. So, man, killing me. All right. Now my guys fight back. I got my infantry against his infantry. I got 2 6s. It's still just 1 hit. Okay, he needs a 6 to survive. No. And now a 1 or 2 pushes him back. It's a 3. I destroyed the German infantry unit. Okay. Takes him off of there. And now my infantry unit can attack the Sherman. I got 1 dice. I need a 6. 1. Didn't get it. Now his Panzer, I said Sherman, his Panzer is attacking 1 of my infantry units. He'll attack that first one. He gets 3 dice. Looking for a 6. And he got it. I need a 6 to save him. Nope. Now it's a 1-2, pushes him back. That's what happens. So he goes back and he flips over. Let's see, I can go to either one of these zones, but I'm going to go into this one. All right. Now my infantry unit attacks him. I need a 6. Didn't get it. Now he attacks me again with 3 dice. And he got 2 6s, so only needed 1 of them. Now we need a 6 to save. Hey, we got it. Okay, no effect. I get to attack him. I need another 6. Oh, 4. Nope. Now he attacks. He gets another hit. Again, I need a 6. And it's a 4. So did not. Now I need a 1 or 2 to push back. I got a 1. So he pushed him back. Okay. That ends the combat. I can take that off of there now. All right. So that's how combat's fast and furious, right? And I mean, it's like you get into these and it's just roll, bang, bang, bang. It's fun. But you can see I didn't do very well on my first combat phase here. And my armor took a beating too. So, not cool. So the Germans are going to hold some areas now. So we do the turn in phase. So I'm going to flip over here to the book just to make sure I don't miss something. And so at this point, we do zone combat end. Okay. All enemy combat continues until all enemy counters or all player counters are either pushed back or destroyed. So we did that. We cleared all the zones. So the turn in phase, we place any control counters where the player infantry and or armor counters, even if shaken or flipped, with no enemy infantry counters. Okay, so I have a zone of control right here. Right here. That's mine. And he has 2 right here. So he picked up a zone of control and a zone of control right there. I can take the recon markers off. No other markers to change. We would remove any out of supply and of course the recon markers and any other gameplay counters that we would have left. Check our victory conditions. Of course, we're not there for the victory yet, so this is where we stand. Okay, so I managed to get him out of one zone, which is going to leave me with an area here. Now, the way this works up here is when this is a new zone, we haven't been in this yet. So when we move into this zone, then I roll for all new units, including the guy that's there, but the limits still count, okay? So he's there and the limits still count. All right, so the problem is I got this Panzer right here that I didn't get rid of, and I got a daggone Tiger and an infantry and a machine gun unit right in the middle, and I got to kind of work around them if I can. All right, so that actually is the end of turn 2. And because I did a lot of setup and a lot of talking and that, I think I'll call this video right here for this one, and we'll get it posted up and we'll see what you guys think about it. You can see these games, you know, if I wasn't doing the video and explaining everything when I'm playing, this game plays really fast, right? Because right now you move in, you check your weather, then you do your command points. You know, you check for anybody that's out of supply, and because I still have a line right here that I can move through, I'm not out of supply yet. And so, you know, we've still got, there's a lot of things, little checks that we can do. We got to do some rallying. So it really depends on what you roll for your command points. You know, this can be anywhere from, you can get anywhere, because you're going to at least roll a 2, anywhere from 6 to 16 points. So it's a big swing right here that you can have when you're playing this game for these points. You know, if I only get 6, man, I'm not going to get much done. If I get 16, you know, I got a lot more I can do, reconning and those things. So, you know, you just kind of got to play it and see how it turns out. This is a nasty one here. Infantry, machine gun, and a Tiger sitting in there, and I really don't have the tanks to be tangling with that Tiger a whole lot. Okay, I think that's it for this one. We're going to keep playing though, and then I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.